I think the crazy thing about imposter syndrome is that it just never really goes away. You get to a point where you've been trying so long to master this one craft, and then you feel like you've gotten to that point where you're able to say, okay, I comfortably know this, and now there's another thing, another hurdle that you have to jump across. You give yourself another challenge, and then you're back to square one about, I'm not good enough to do this. But it doesn't always have to be a bad thing per se. If you always feel that you always have to keep working and keep getting better at something, then that just goes to show that you're always willing to learn and you're always willing to be better. There's a lot of people who they don't have imposter syndrome because they're just okay with being just okay. Then there's some people who aren't okay with being just okay and always want to reach that next level. And I think that's where the imposter syndrome really kicks in, because we're always trying to get to the next level, so we never really appreciate the level that we're already at. We never really appreciate how far we've already come because we're always looking forward to being better and to getting to that next level. So imposter syndrome doesn't always have to be a bad thing. But I think once we recognize it and recognize how far we came, then we can start to get past it. Some people say that when we have imposter syndrome, it just means that we're actually good at what we do, but we're just too hard on ourselves. But sometimes I think we have to be realistic. Could it actually just be that we're not that good at what we do? I mean, we don't want to go through life just being babied and getting fake encouragement about things that we really aren't succeeding in. I'd rather somebody be real with me and tell me that something's just not my speed than giving me fake encouragement. However, in most cases, I think when imposter syndrome hits us, it does actually mean that we're doing the right thing and we are actually good at what we do. It's just the fact that we're too hard on ourselves. So what can we do to stop being so hard on ourselves? I think we need to stop consuming so much and do a lot more creating. When we consume more than we create, we start comparing us into other people. There's already a space for them in the world, which is why they are popular, which is why they are getting the notoriety that they are getting. If you consume so much of their art and then try to copy it, there's going to be no room for you. At a time, this is just going to be your creative space is just going to turn into something else that was never meant to be intended because you've been consuming so much of somebody else's stuff. I think if we consume just education and instead of people's creative insight and let our own creative insight be us, I don't think imposter syndrome would hit us as much. I think we'd be a lot more pleased with what we create, a lot more pleased at the comments that we receive, and that we'll believe that they're a lot more genuine. But I think until then, if we consume more than we create, we're always going to have imposter syndrome. Take one of these skaters, for example. There's a lot of skaters here at the skate park, and I guarantee you one of them feels like they don't deserve to be here. One of them feels like they're not good enough to be here. One of them feels like they're out of place, but they enjoy what they do, so they come. But there's still that innate feeling of, dang, these people are so much better than me. I guarantee if they just came to have fun and worried about themselves and stopped comparing themselves to other people, they wouldn't feel that way. Imposter syndrome, I feel like, is a thing that we bring on ourselves because we're constantly in a state of comparison. We're constantly in a state of, there's a bug. We're constantly in a state of, I need to be better, or somebody's better than me. Reality check. Somebody's always going to be bigger than you. Somebody's always going to be faster than you. Somebody's always going to be better than you. But if you stop worrying about all that and just worry about yourself and worry about what you can do and your talents, you'd be a lot happier. Like, imagine we're back in high school, right? And one of our homies tells us that we can't pick up this one girl that we're feeling. Instead of saying, yeah, you're right, we're going to say, yeah, watch me. And we're going to try everything in our power to get her number. You're going to try to mac on her, try and time her schedule, see where she's at. And we won't stop until we actually secure the bag. But why is it not that way when it comes to our own things, our own creations? We're so quick to drop it and put it away and say, oh, okay, I don't belong here. That girl could have been out your league, but you said it doesn't matter because someone posed you a challenge. But when we challenge ourselves, that's when everything just falls apart. when someone challenges something that we're passionate about, that's when it seems to fall apart. Your passion is going to come with challenges. Everything you do in life is going to come with challenges. If you quit early, then yeah, you're never going to see any type of success with anything. My favorite quote, I always say, if you don't know, you never tried. If you never try, you never know. That goes with creating, whether you do photography, videography, whether you sell clothes, whether you do makeup, any type of thing in an entrepreneurial aspect, there's going to be challenges. But if this is something that you're really passionate about, you can't give up. Because once you give up, that's it. You may never pick it back up again. And now your whole life is what if. If you can help it, don't be in that bubble, because that's a dangerous bubble to be in. Living life full of regrets. There's going to be a bunch of different aspects where we feel we don't belong, but we do. We do belong because we decided to do it. If you decided to do it, you feel you belong. So don't let all these other people try and tell you anything different. Basically, what it comes down to is that you can either be your own best friend or you can be your own worst enemy. You can start something, believe in yourself, and believe you belong, and just create just because you love to create and don't worry about what everybody else says. Or you can get into something solely for the validation of others and immediately feel like you don't belong because people have been in it longer than you, have been producing better content than you. I mean, why are we even comparing ourselves to people who've been in the game for 10 years anyway? No matter what game we're in, why are we doing that? Why are we trying to seek validation from other people when we are our own artists and we have our own likes, our own dislikes? Why are we trying so hard to be seen by others? I mean, yeah, views get you paid, subscribers get you paid, but at the end of the day, if you have 1 million subscribers and you have not made a single video that you liked because you have been trying so hard to be somebody else, at what gain did you get 1 million followers? You're just a plant from somebody else's creativity. So, the choice is yours. You can either love what you do and not worry about anybody else, or fall by the wayside and just be a copycat. That's up to you. That's completely up to you.